Hi everybody, welcome to Missy's Imaginings. I am here today with not just one, but two box openings. Although I will admit this one I did open earlier. And I did a little bit of a show and tell, but the video I was working on was just too long. So I took it all out. So we're going to look at who came in this box. And then we have the big box. Dun 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 dun. There we go. A Resinsoul box that we will check out here in a minute too. So this is a Resinsoul as well that I bought secondhand, and it had all this pretty pink little wrapping in it. And this is a little 4th scale fella, and I don't even remember his name. There we go. Say hello. And so anyhow, I thought he was really cute, and I got him to be holding fuzz, to be a compliment, because I have the little girl in blue, the little Babobi March, and I love her. And then I wanted the green resin. I don't know, I just thought that would be fun to complement, to go with. And let's see, I'm going to look at my screen here. We'll move them over, and over here we'll put a picture of the Resinsoul Me and Resinsoul Long. And so they're kind of my fantasy characters. And so I'm not sure who he'll be yet, but I just thought he was cute. So he's 1/4 scale. So we'll take him out of the box here. Warning, dolly nudity for those who don't want to see. But I like the color of the green resin. I just thought it was really cute. Here's his little cap on the, or the little emblem on the back of his head. And he was already strung and everything. And so I'm not sure if I'll wire him yet, just to make his posing a little bit better, because the knees tend to kick just a little bit. He has single jointed knees, and then I'm not sure what are his elbows. Oh, his elbows are single jointed as well. But he's just a little guy, so it's okay. But I thought it would be cute. He'd make a good big brother for my little Babobi March here. I just thought they'd be a fun family. So I have this little fella. I'm not sure how he'll look yet. I'm thinking lots of ivy. There we go. Make him fit in the box a little bit better. So I'm not sure how he'll end up yet. But he arrived, and oh, I have kids falling out. There we go. Set her back up there. So he arrived safely, and he's really cute. And he's complete. So that's this guy, who was already open. And then the reason I have the Resinsoul big box is a while ago I did a face painting, face up video for this guy, who is the Jungkook sculpt from Distant Memory. Oh, I haven't looked at the box in a while, or the canister, but I'm still going to redo his face again. I'm just not quite happy with it yet. Oh, he's not even showing very well. Sorry about that. Here we go. So I'm not entirely happy with his face up, and the light kind of washes him out. Let's see if we can close the blinds. There, that's a little better. But so I'm probably going to redo his face up again. But right now he is on a Bobobie Apollo body. And this body was being used by a doll family H head. And then, of course, I have the Apollo head that goes on the body. But when I got him, his head was smaller than I anticipated. And so since this body already has a couple heads that are clamoring for it, I thought, let's try getting him a body of his own. And I wanted to see how the Bobobie Apollo body compares to the Resinsoul regular 3rd scale body. So of course we have Doctor Who. So let's see, I'm gonna swivel my camera here. Dun, 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 dun. So we have Doctor Who, which is also on a Resinsoul body, but it's the 70 centimeter long body, and not long as in a long as in length, but that's the name of the sculpt. And he's really, really tall, 70 centimeters. And so that body is way too big for this head. This head is rather small. So I'm hoping that their standard third scale body will work. So let's move Cookie over here, and I am going to keep working on this face up. I'm not happy with it yet. If you first you don't succeed, try again and again and again. So we're going to open this up, and I'll probably go ahead and speed this up just because it takes forever to get through all the tape and everything, and that way you know it's going to get there eventually, but I'll speed it up. Dun dun dun! This is fantastic! I had no idea that I would get a bag because I only ordered a body. I didn't order a whole doll. I only ordered a body. And they sent a bag. I'm so excited. Oh, it's so nice. And it is long enough that Doctor Who could even fit in here. This is so fantastic. I will say, I think I have the answer to so many of you who had such awful times with shipping and receiving your shipments. I think you need to move to where I am. Not only would you be able to come to the doll shows and see me, and we could visit, but you would get your shipments. And I don't know if it's because of where I live, like I'm close to a hub or something, but when I ordered this, they said it'll take 2 months. It has not even been 2 months since I placed the order. And here it is. So that's the answer. You have to come and move by me, and then you'll get your shipments. So here we go. Let's go ahead and unzip this fantastic bag, which I think I'm going to have to stuff and maybe use a little bit of heat blow dry or something to smooth out some of those wrinkles. But I love this bag, and I am totally surprised that I'm getting a bag. So then here's the inside, and we have a little Resinsoul card. There we go. And it has just the information about him, and I don't have any glasses on. I should probably put them on so I can see what it says, because you can probably read it, but I can't. Okay, so 1/3 boy, skin color is normal, height 61 centimeters, then weight, place of origin, ID number. So I'm tickled with that. I wasn't expecting to have a card for a certificate of authenticity, but I'm glad that it's here. So there we go. So now it looks like there is some tape going on, which we want to get rid of. So we don't want tape on the satin. We'll get rid of that. Hope it doesn't leave it too sticky of a residue. There we go. We'll take that off. And let's see. Here we go. Oh! And here is the body. Very nice. I love their sculpts. I just love them. Now this is the normal skin, which I think will be a fine match. I have a little bit more brown in the face up, but I think it'll be fine. So I think it's going to work. So in a minute we'll get this guy to where we can compare the bodies. But first let's go ahead and take this out of the bag. Let's find the end. And I'm sorry if I keep going off camera. I have this kind of set up and I don't have a lot of room. So we'll go ahead and pull the bag away. So he has very long legs. There we go. And let's see if I can swivel. Here, I'll lay this down. We'll swivel and see how this height compares to Doctor Who over here. There we go. Let's see if I can swivel. So hopefully that'll show. So it's quite a bit smaller, so you can kind of see how the difference is between the standard 1/3 scale and Doctor Who. Doctor Who's really tall. So I'm glad. I think this body is going to work well for the character I have in mind. So we'll put the camera back here. There we go. And anchor it down. And let's see, we better unwrap his hands. And here's hoping there's no damage in the shipping. That's what we hope for. So here's the first hand. And I will say I love Resinsoul hands. I just love them. Very nice. So there's one. And I have to pull this out to get it on there, but I'm not sure. I didn't get any of my dolly tools out, so I'll have to get them in a minute and put the hands on. Let's see if we'll check the other hand. Oh, perfect condition. No worries. The hands look great. Nothing is broken. Hallelujah. So there we go. So I will go off camera for a moment and go ahead and put the hands on, and then we'll come back and compare the bodies. Okay, so here's the two bodies, and just out of consideration of any little eyes that might be watching, we went ahead and put some undies and a wrap on them. So just in case. So on the left is the Resinsoul, which is just their standard 1/3 scale body, next to, on the right, the Bobobie Apollo body. And so you can tell that the Resinsoul is taller, which it doesn't matter to me. It's fine with me. And I think it comes into play a lot with his shin bones. Look how long and skinny those are compared to the other. It's crazy. So the Bobobie Apollo has, let's see if I can turn around without knocking him over. That might be good, because he wants to kind of slide. I don't have my little thing on the bottom here. So he has a double jointed knee and a double jointed elbow, and then he has interesting sorry, here, there we go. The hip joints are like a ball, so it's like a round hip joint. So that's the kind that he has. And then the Resinsoul is more of just the little twisty ones. So it has the same joint here for the string, but then it has just the straight cut mobility joint here on the thigh so the leg can turn. He also has double jointed knees. There we go. You can kind of see it better on the back. And the Resinsoul have this interesting little band across the joint, which is, it's kind of their thing, I think, because even in his elbows they have that same little banded piece. Oh, sorry, that little banded double jointed elbow so that it can move. But I really like the Resinsoul sculpts. I just think they're really nice, and especially for the price point. And I've seen a lot of the really, really expensive ones, and I don't know that I like the look of the sculpts that much better, especially considering the price. Now, I did make an exception on, we're going to swing around, on the girl, my girl, because she poses really, really well. And you can definitely tell that she's more high-end than some of the others. But with most of my fellas, they're just going to be dressed and looking around and not doing a lot of posing. But I just like these. I think they're really nice, especially, like I say, for the money. So I can invest more in the faces that I want and the head sculpts that I want, and not put out quite as much money for the bodies. So this is kind of how these two compare. The Resinsoul has a lot more definition than the Babobi. It's a little more, what do we want to say, just a little bit more flat in the sculpt. Not as much definition. And his torso is a little wonky. It sits a little bit crooked. It won't line up the center with the center of his chest. It doesn't line up. It just snaps back in there. But I still like him, and when he's dressed and ready to go, he's good as gold. So that's okay with me. So that's how the Resinsoul and Babobi compare. And you can chat away in the comments. I believe, and I could be mistaken, but I believe that Babobi does the casting for Resinsoul, and that's why you'll find some of the Resinsoul sculpts on the Babobi website, because I think they also will sell a few of the sculpts that are Resinsoul sculpts, because I think that's the company that actually does the casting, and then Resinsoul, I think, designs their sculpts. But I could be wrong. It could be switched the other way. I'm not sure, but I think that's what I heard before. So I think both of these are casted at the same place, but I don't think they're both designed at the same place. But like I say, I could be wrong, because often the Babobi things that or some of the Resinsoul old things that you would order would have Babobi on the box. Now they say Resinsoul, like the one I showed you, but in the past I've seen them kind of come that way, and people would, even selling them online, would have the Resinsoul in its original box, and it would say Babobi on the box. So anyway, you can chat about that and correct me if I'm wrong, but that's how those two bodies compare. I do like that he's a little bit taller. So yeah, so now I just have to get the face up to where I want it. And I did order some eyes, and I don't know what happened to them. We'll look around over here. Let's see, I might have dropped them. But I ordered some smaller eyes, because his were a little big and they kind of look a little alienish, just because the iris is so big for his head. So I'll try the smaller ones and we'll see how they look. And like I say, I'll be redoing the face up. But at least on the second try, I like the teeth better. And I may just go over the top of this face up, just give him some more brow, some more eyebrows, and I'm not sure yet. So anyhow, we'll kind of work on that and see if we can get it to looking better. And then he will have his new home on this body. So there we go. So thanks for coming along for the unboxing, and we'll see you next time. Bye.